Hey, good morning everyone, it's Krebs here with the Company of Heroes replay. This time around we're going to be doing a short 1v1 game on Angoville. Krebs, why? Why are you doing a short replay? We've been waiting for 4 days and you give us a short replay? Why do you torture us like this? Well guys, I'm not trying to torture you. If I was going to torture you, I'd crack the whip on you, but honestly, I have been busy up to my freaking ears. I'll tell you what's going on really briefly. I've got, in the space of about this oncoming month, 8 assessments in university, and let alone I was just offered an interview yesterday for pre-registration for pharmacy. So this is the life of a graduating pharmacy student. In your last year, it will get busy. You will have a lot of assessments. You have to look for jobs. So Krebs is growing up, and I hope you guys can appreciate that and try to work with me here. I'm going to try to do replays when I can. And at the moment, I'm feeling like doing a shorter one. And I'll get on to some longer ones when I've got more available time on my hands. But bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Look forward to the casts when they do come, and look forward to the live streams, okay? Alright, guys. So how are you all doing? If that doesn't make Krebsy sound stressed enough, I'm absolutely dandy. Right, let's get this game started. We're going to be looking at Seph, who is playing as a PE, and up north he's going to be taking on iamerwin? What? I don't even know what his name is supposed to be. iamerwin. Oh, iamerwin, I think. Okay, anyway. I hope so. Right, we're at the 5-second mark, and let's get started in 3 seconds. So in 3, 2, 1, and let's begin. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and on we go to another very exciting matchup in the Company of Heroes battlefield. Look at what we've got going down. I got confused by this guy's name because I've got a friend in real life called Merwin, and I was like, Merwin? What? But Erwin's a real name as well. I am Merwin. Okay, hello Merwin. He's going to be getting down a weapon support center down as his first building. Holy crap. Wow. How many times does somebody get a WSC as their first building as Americans in 1v1? Holy Jesus. That is rare indeed. This match is from a tournament that was a while ago, back in 2011, so not long after 2.602 came out, and I actually think this was in December that this replay was put out, and 2.602 came out in May of that year, so I suppose it's still a bit of time, about, what, 6 months, 7 months afterwards, quite a long distance time. But yeah, anyway, so, right, we've got WSC coming out for the Americans, which is very, very unusual. Notice how they've got 3 engineers coming out. If you are going for a WSC start, chances are you've got to at least get usually 4 engineers out on the field, but he's opted out for 3 engineers, and the reason you need those engineers is to cap, because a lot of times if you had riflemen, they would be helping with the capping power, but you don't have riflemen. All you're limited to is mortars, MGs, and snipers, which none of them should be capping. Let alone the fact that mortars and MGs are stationary units. They're not going to be really moving around that much. And snipers, well, you got to be kind of an idiot to be capping with them unless you're really desperate or unless you push your opponent off the field completely. I feel like maybe I was a bit too harsh. You don't have to be an idiot, but it's not recommended. Okay, so let's go take a look at what the PE's on up to. The MG for the Americans has been put into this big building over here. Not that it's going to be doing anything. We've got the Kettenkrad capping along the right hand side of the map, so you can see that the PE want to get that side. You have 2 sides of the map, obviously. The left hand side, which is open, and the right hand side, which is closed. They're closer quarters, more narrow obstacles and pathways to fight in. Is it advantageous for the PE? I guess yes and no. I think it's really up to preference. I can't really say yes and no about it. I suppose the bad thing about fighting out in the open is if you expect your opponent to be going for riflemen, they could be flanking you from pretty much every single direction, but hey ho. Okay, so it looks like the right-hand side for the PE is lost. It's being decapped on up over here, so that MG is still in that freaking building, and we've got another MG put into this building. So we've got 2 MGs out on the field. What is happening with the Americans? What are they doing? PE is almost non-existent. Why do they only have 3 PE squads out on the field right now? Ah, that's why. Because he's already got a group company out. Usually a lot of times people will build 4 PGs and then they'll get the first PG that retreats. So usually the first PG that goes into an engagement and encounters the enemy, he gets a bit damaged on up. Sometimes then the PE will get defensive operations, so that guy will run on back, the damaged squad, get healed on up, and then they'll build a group company or whatever. The first building, whatever it's going to be. Usually what happens. So we've got different strategies coming out for both opponents at the moment. And that group company building a light... Why do I want to say AT half-track? Obviously it's not the AT half-track. It's a light infantry half-track. That's what it is. AT half-track comes from the Panzer Support Command. And that is the infantry half-track coming out. When was the last time you seen an infantry half-track being used by the PE? It's very, very rare indeed to see it nowadays. But... sometimes people like to try to make clown cars out of these. Not only that, they can help reinforce on the field. So, all in all, it seems like everyone's playing a bit of a chess match at the moment, aren't they? It's just like moving their piece over here. The pawns are being moved up a space. Some of them are being moved 2 spaces forward. And then you've got your freaking MGs acting like your knights or your bishops crossing the field and darting across to try and harass these pawns, right? So, yeah, it looks quite messy. Notice how some of these vital points have been decapped. So the Americans decapped this cutoff point. We've got the MG relocating around here, but the half-track, the infantry half-track, getting around these guys and forcing them to go back to base. Notice how they're very badly damaged as well. Do the Americans have anything else out in their base sector? Nope, nothing out. Oh, maybe they'll be building a WS or a supply yard or a triage center with their engineers. Maybe we'll have to see. Look at what's going on over here. We've got the MG being located into this building now. So what the hell is the Americans on up to? They've got 3 MGs and a sniper out in the field. You know, could WSC work against the Wehrmacht? Of course it could work. But is it better to use against the PE? I think absolutely. WSC is quite advantageous against PE, or at least good against them, because you can get snipers out, which are pain in the ass against PE squads, because they only have 3 men in the squad. As soon as you kill one of them with a single shot, well, they pretty much need to be retreated. This half-track gone down, PG squad gone down. I have a feeling that that might have been armor-piercing rounds, possibly from the MG, because it was doing so much damage. Maybe it was just because it was hitting in the backside. But look at that, this one taking a lot of damage as well. So Seph already losing quite a bit of his forces out in the field here. Not only that, apart from the snipers, you can get MGs, which are also nice, as we just saw there with the armor-piercing rounds. Is always good against taking on half-tracks, armored cars, yada yada yada. As long as you can make sure that you don't get outflanked. So we've got more PGs coming along the right hand side. They're a bit beaten up. They're a bit black and blue, if you ask me. And overall, Seph looks like he's down on the forces. Over in the base, we've got something just upgraded. We've got the Panzerschrecks upgraded from the Kampfgruppe company, and 1 squad being produced from them at the moment. So I guess usually, I guess what Seph is anticipating is an M8 rush of sorts, and it's not a bad decision either. And the reason being is because if your opponent goes for WSC, he's not going to have to spend so much fuel on... Oh my god, that guy's being thrown across the field. He's not going to have to spend so much fuel on getting upgrades for his riflemen. He doesn't have to get stickies, grenades, bars, none of that. So chances are he's going to have that available fuel to go on up to an M8. Fast M8. Which, is the American doing that? Abso-freaking-lutely. Let's go on over to iamerwin, or iamerwin, and he is definitely getting an M8 out on the field. So it's anticipating what your opponent's going to be doing. We've got the Panzerschrecks, Tank Buster squads out on the field over here. And it's just like a dance, isn't it? everybody's doing their own sort of harmonious dance. They know what to anticipate, they know what to bring out. And so the Panzerschreck's ready out in the field to counter the M8. As long as the M8 keeps its distance from them, it can keep on harassing without any worry. But it's overall kind of bleak for Seph because he's already lost the PG squad, he's lost the infantry half-track, so his initial push against the WSC start is not looking too well. And look how surprisingly effective the WSC start is. Snipers picking away at these guys, talk about manpower drain, MGs harassing the half-tracks like mad. But anyway, we've got a 30 cal going down here, and so that's going to allow the Panzer Grenadiers to cap it. But then again, it's up to them. Usually you would have to do it with 4-man squads, otherwise you're giving up an entire squad to recap it, unfortunately. Kind of a frustrating limitation of the Panzer Elite, that they only initially start off with 3 guys in the squad. So whenever you have the opportunity to cap an AT, an MG, whatever, a mortar, you can't. Well, I mean, you could do it, but you lose a whole squad, and that's kind of unfortunate. So you need 4-man squads to do anything. Mine set up right in the middle of the road here. Very common place to do that. M8 being upgraded with the 50 cal, I believe, on top of that. And the PE overall in a defense at the moment against all of this stuff, because it's too much to handle. Tank busters want to bust something, and what they're doing is busting the ground up, if anything, plowing the earth. And so Seph is in retreat at the moment. Infantry half-tracks being repaired, and it's all time-consuming stuff. All time-consuming stuff. Look at this. We've got Teller mines put down by Seph right in the middle here. Oh my gosh, Teller mines! Yes! We have not seen Teller mines being used in ages, and that is how you reap the benefits of Teller mines. When you've unlocked the Tank Hunter doctrine for the PE, you get access to Teller mines, which are essentially restricted to being used against God's sake, Krebs, stop fumbling on your words. Being used against armored vehicles, or vehicles in general. So it's only vehicles that can activate them, just due to the pressure of the weight on top of it. Infantry can't actually activate them because men are not as heavy as something that's 1 ton, for example. But a nice little neat trick is sometimes people would make these things called a mine sandwich. Sometimes they would you can put 2 mines over on top of the same area. You just have to rotate them a little bit. And you can do that with a Teller mine as well. So Teller mines have a bigger blast radius. They do more damage, right? If you put like a normal mine on top of the Teller mine, then infantry can activate it and kaboom! Mine sandwich. And that's going to be a big impact in whoever lands on top of it. Tank Buster is really desperate to capture this point at the moment. I don't know why this sniper doesn't finish off the squad, because he could easily do it. Look at that! He's lining it up! He's lining it up! Oh! But he's saying no! I'm not going to do it. I don't have the trigger finger of Clint Eastwood. I can't just keep on firing as fast as possible. Okay, so it looks like the Americans lost that vital M8 that was meant to help them. They lost that 30 cal, but overall the PE still on the back foot, if anything. Lots of tank buster squads here because I guess they're still anticipating more tanks to come out in the field. And you know what would be the best thing to do for the Americans right now? Get lots of anti-infantry. Another sniper would be great at just putting Seph's infantry strategy right now to an end. Look at those Panzerschrecks plowing right through the guys in the building here. Infantry half-track is likely to go down if it takes another shot from a bazooka. Nah, it's fine. AT gun out on the field over here, and another M8 on the field. Okay, so maybe I guess what the Americans thinking at the moment, we can get another M8. We've got plenty of anti-infantry right now. We've got Rangers out in the field. We'll probably upgrade them with Thompsons when we can. And then the PE are screwed because all the PE have right now is a Kampfgruppe company. So let's head on over to Seph, who's only got plus 10 fuel income at the moment, which is nothing. Look how the Americans have plus 16 on both sides of the map, so it's plus 32 altogether, and also the plus 5 initially, so that's at least 37 that you would have right there. For the Americans, oh my god, that is a lot of fuel income. So happy days for the Americans, sad times for the PE. Surprised how effective this WSC strategy is going for everyone. As soon as you say, oh, WSC, go for WSC in 1v1, people be like, whoa, what did you just say? What did you just say? What? WSC in 1v1? Oh, unheard of. But yeah, it's working really well here for the Americans. So again, still gonna go with the iteration that the PE are on the back foot. And recapping the right hand side, but to what avail? Well, I don't know. Left hand side is being decapped, and so the PE just don't have the force necessary across the battlefield at the moment. And what does it due to? I guess it's just losing those few vital units early on and not having the right counters, I suppose. For example, whenever you see that your enemy has gone for snipers, what you should try to go for is, I mean, it's not set in stone. What you try to go for is Luftwaffe. Get Kettenkrads to reveal the snipers, and then keep on putting the pressure on. You should be capping all the time. Getting out 2 Kettenkrads out in the field to be decapping your opponent is also very, very good, because he's relying on those 3 engineers to keep on capping. And Kettenkrads are known to cap fast and move around the field very quickly as well. So decapping those cutoff points is going to be a great counter to prevent the fast teching to the motor pool. Because the Americans just rely on those engineers. They're impaired already by going for WSC. So yeah, decap. Try to avoid where the sniper is with your infantry. Try to go for armored cars, because armored cars are good at countering snipers on the retreat. And yeah, so what we've got now is that the Americans, right up in the face of Mr. Seph over here, right on the doorstep. And Seph is in full retreat. Looked like he just repaired this thing and it's already down to almost dying. And look at that, the sniper's moving on up forward. Already a Vet 3 sniper on the field. Look at that, he's running as fast as he possibly wants to. These guys doing the circus show, the Moscow Circus, acrobats. Flak Vierling likely to go down here in a second. Yeah, and that is down. We've got flying Panzer Grenadiers, and Seph is on his last limbs. Seph, oh Seph, oh Seph. Your mistake was that you lost your early game units, some of them, but I think also your mistake is that you could have gone for different things that would have been more effective. But the thing is, Seph, he likes to play by the book, but he's also good at trying out new things as well. Which maybe that's what he was doing, I don't know. But okay, snipers, they want to take out these guys desperately. Rangers back here, gonna be moving on in. Mortar half-track out on the field. This is for a tournament by mind you, so that's why Seph is staying in here so long. Maybe he's just trying to hope for some sort of comeback, but we can see that that's inevitably not going to happen. Mortar half-track firing across the field. And to be honest, that's probably the best thing that he can do. Mortars can actually kill snipers as long as they land on top of them. But I guess what Seph is doing instead is putting down incendiary round on top of everything that's stationary over here. But look how easy it is to dodge that. Just move your guys around. Look at that! The mortar! The mortar! As soon as you start speaking about something, the devil appears. And that is what just happens. The mortar finishing off. Notice how far away it was as well. It was like at least a few meters away, and that's a sniper dead. So tank hunter doctrine right here into full force. You've got the Hetzer out in the field. Kaboom, kaplooey. But look at that, armor piercing rounds on the AT gun doing massive damage already. Was that AT? Was it AT rounds? Because it's dinging off the front armor now. Whoa. Well, it did a lot of damage anyway. But that we push for the Americans has ended up them losing an AT gun over here. But at the same time, Seph is down to his last guys. And he wants to destroy that AT gun while he can. But if he wants to retreat, he's pretty much just on his doorstep. Sniper at the back, gonna be a pain in the ass to take on. Hetzer is pretty much near destruction. Essentially no manpower to work with right now. And yeah, sad times for Seph. Sad times! And everything's just falling apart. Oh man, the Americans just got free roam to do whatever they want to do. Okay, so I think we know what's gonna happen, so let's go ahead and speed on up the game. I know Krebsy never speeds on up games. The reason I don't do it is because it would mean that I lack care, which I don't. I want you guys to see everything. But since we know what's gonna happen, hey ho. Okay, free bazooka on the ground, free bazooka. Nice, thank you for the free bazooka. Oh shit, let's pause this a little bit, or slow down to normal speed. We had an off-map comeback group from the Americans, and look, and lo and behold, what the notorious M10s shall do to these Panzer Elite squads over here, crushing a whole load of them, killing off Hetzer, one of them going down, and that is it. Seph has lost all of his guys, except this one lone man. Die! Die! Yeah, that's off-map combat group coming into effect there, being very, very useful to seal the deal, and every single man is gone. I played terrible in the first 5 minutes, that's what Krebs said, or Seph says. And the headquarters just about to go down here. Look at that. Finished off. That's it. That is it! So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know it was very short, but as I was saying in the beginning of the replay, bear with Krebs, try to consolidate with me, try to emphasize, have a bit of sympathy for what Krebs is going through. It's not that dramatic. But anyway, guys, hopefully I'll do a longer one for you guys in the near future. But this is just going to be a bit of a filler episode, if anything. So until next time, I hope you have a very nice day. Bye-bye.
Right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.